2023, and I have to say it. Trans women aren't women. We are biologically men. Otherwise, we wouldn't be trans. If I was a woman, why would I ever transition? Why would I ever go on HRT, which is permanent? I can't reverse that shit. I can't. Why would I want to get surgeries, huh? If I was really a woman. Clearly, when trans women and women, we're not the same. We are not the same. Trans women aren't women at all. We are biologically men. We just live as women because we have a mental disorder. That's what it is. It's nothing like, oh, we don't identify as women. We have a mental disorder. That's what it is. Ugh. I don't know how we've come to the point to accept non-binary as trans when number one, it's not a thing. Like, maybe in your head it's a thing, but in the real world, non-binary doesn't exist. And you're trying to take on the trans label to like make it seem like non-binary is real. It's just a joke. Like, you don't know what it's like to be trans. You don't understand that it's a mental disorder that you have, gender dysphoria, and you treat it with medical transition. And if you don't feel like you need medical transition to be trans, then what are you? What makes you different from a crossdresser? Like, it's a joke. Like, how are you gonna say you can be trans and like, oh, I don't need HRT to be trans? And it's like, well, then how different are you from someone who's not trans? Like, being trans is the medical transition. And like, it's just a big joke. Like, we need to go back to the original meaning of trans, and that is transsexual.
Girl, let's go to the club and pop our pussy.
I really, really hate seeing people who are not trans using the trans label to up their own success. Like, you're clearly doing this for TikTok, you're clearly doing this for views. You're not actually trans, babe. Like, stop doing it for attention because you're making us look really bad. Like, stop using us. Okay, I feel like it has to be said. You don't get to pick your pronouns. You can't just say, these are my pronouns, please use them. I mean, you can if you want, but that's just a bit crazy. It's a bit narcissistic. You don't get to do that. Pronouns are not what you say they are. They're really not. They're based on what people want to call you, based on whether they think you're a man or a woman. If you think you can actually be called they, them by a random stranger, think again, because that's not how it works. People will look at you. If they think you're a she, they'll call you she. If they think you're a he, they'll call you he. That's how it works. You don't get to say, these are my pronouns. You're a bit crazy to do that. Like, that's not how the world works. You can't just pick.
Don't get it, Uncle John don't get it. And you can't tell Grandma.
I don't understand why you're still exploiting a child. Like, this is child abuse. I don't know what else to call it. He can wear his sister's clothes. He can do all the feminine things he wants. He's not trans, though. He's trans because you're telling him that. You're telling him, like, kids aren't trans. They really aren't. The kids can have dysphoria. Most of them grow out of it. But none of them are actually trans. So why are you making your son trans? Like, he likes girly things. Let him be.
I have a question. How do you know that you're a woman?
Okay, so truth is, trans women aren't actually women. I know people say trans women. Lies. We are biologically men. We can't actually be women. We choose to live as women in order to help with our mental disorder, gender dysphoria. That's like the whole idea. But we're never actually women. We never actually become women. We never actually. There's no woman in us. Like, we're biologically men and we attempt to live as women because we have the disorder. So nothing actually makes us women. Yeah.
Little man.
But when he loves me,
The only way I can describe this is child abuse. There's no other way to say it. Why are you saying your child is trans? Because he likes girly things, he doesn't enjoy boy things. So that makes him trans? Isn't that homophobic? Because I swear gay men love girly things. I swear gay men love Barbies, colour pink dresses and everything when they were younger. What makes your son trans and not just gay? Or just feminine? How do you know he's actually trans? Because you're telling him that's what he is. But he's not. You don't know that. He's literally just a child. You're putting him on a line of transition, of medical transition, sterilization, mutilation. And what if he's not actually trans, if he regrets it later? It'll be your fault. Child abuse. This just shows me how deep the delusion goes with this whole trans thing. Dylan has done nothing good for trans youth. Nothing, nothing. He went to the White House advocating for puberty blockers. How is that helpful? Literally, how is that helpful? So many people are anti-trans now because of him. He made all of us look so bad. He made all of us look like a joke. He made transitioning look like a joke. Like, how is he helping anyone? Like, he's just making us look so bad.
Put a fucking mental in it. Get your ass off Twitter cause it gives you fucking mental in it.
I don't think it's crazy to say being trans is trendy. Because it is. Everyone's doing it. Wait, not everyone's, but some people are doing it now because it's trendy, it's fun, it's very glamorized. Like, especially young females, they're the ones that get into it so easily. Like, honestly, so many mental health issues. But you saying, oh, it's not that trendy because people are more respecting of trans people now. Then why are there so many detransitioners? Why are so many people regretting transitioning? Because it was never for them and they got sucked into this online contagion. Like, you don't see it? You really don't? This is actually insane. Like, y'all are mental. Like, I thought trans women's voices would be uplifted, like trans power. But as soon as a trans woman disagrees with your opinion, you really don't like it. Like, how is this violating anything? How is this hateful? How is this violence? Like I didn't even mention any specific groups. I didn't mention any specific identity. I could have said non-binary people are delusional. I could have said that, but I said you can identify as anything. I didn't mention any specific group, so how is that hate? Y'all are just so salty because I disagree with you. No, non-binary is not under the trans umbrella because there's only 2 genders. How are you transitioning from female to non-binary or male to non-binary? How? You can't. Okay, some of you take cross-sex hormones, but if you take cross-sex hormones, you have to admit the fact that biological sex is real. You have to, but you don't want to admit it because then it will go against everything you're saying because it's all bullshit. Trans people want to be part of society and assimilate. You want to deconstruct everything. You want everyone to bow down to you. That's the difference. We are not the same. It's very narcissistic of you to expect everyone to follow along with your rules or else they're bigoted. Fuck you, bitch.
It's not like, a kid wakes up one morning and says, I decided.
No, they don't decide. It's the parents that decide that they're trans, and then what happens? They force their kids to transition when it's not for them. What the fuck do those little kids know about trans rights? The fuck do they know? Honestly, the parents of these kids should be ashamed for letting their kids go to something like this. Honestly, so shameful.
Miss, when is butter?
My name is not Miss. My name is not Miss.
The audacity. How are you doing this to your kids? How are you doing this to your students? This is insane. You're so rude for no reason. Like, they're just kids. Leave them the fuck alone.
Trying really hard to maintain a relationship with God, and I don't think
Is it just me, or does anyone else see through Dylan's act? Like, Dylan is an actor. Like, his entire thing is to get on Broadway and be a famous actor. Does no one else see how he's acting like this? Like, he's just pretending to be trans. Like, I swear I've never seen a trans woman act the way he does. Like, we don't care about having periods. We don't care about our Barbie pouches. We don't care about carrying around tampons ever because we don't get periods. We don't act like little girls either. We just act normal, and he doesn't act like a normal trans woman. Like, do you not see it's an act? He's acting.
Change the narrative of what a woman is and say, I'm trans, I'm proud to be trans.
Absolutely not. We are not changing what a woman is. A woman is a woman, and you cannot change that. Trans women are not the same as women. We are trans women for a reason, and that's beautiful. We don't have to be the same as a cis woman. We don't have to change what a woman is to be valid. Because why are you changing what a woman is? You're insane. You're insane.